Sunny ways struck again yesterday in the House of Commons. I'll give you a little bit of a backgrounder. New StatsCan net jobs numbers came out and the numbers were extra bad for Alberta. Worse than anyone had ever expected. Alberta has shed 100,000 gross jobs with a net jobs loss of almost 20,000. Now that's up from the 15,000 number released just 2 weeks ago. Analysts are saying this is the worst downturn since 1982 during Pierre Trudeau's national energy program. So, rookie Lakeland MP and rising star in the new federal Conservative caucus, Shannon Stubbs, held the Liberals' feet to the fire with a question that should make any Albertan beam with pride. Just listen.
Mr. Speaker, Alberta attracts people from all across Canada to pursue opportunities for themselves and for their families. But hard-working Albertans are hit by this energy sector downturn the worst, including thousands of people in Lakeland. On this side, we know that impacts all sectors and all Canadians. A strong Alberta means a strong Canada. Mr. Speaker, I am proud of Alberta's world-leading energy sector. When is the Natural Resources Minister or any of the 4 Alberta Liberal MPs finally going to support Alberta's energy workers who contribute so much to Canada?
The Honourable Minister of Veterans Affairs.
Well, I thank the member for her question and her concern for Albertans, because I am, and the people I'm talking to, they're actually refreshed by the new approach of this government. We have a Prime Minister who's willing to engage with First Nations people, a Prime Minister who's willing to engage with premiers and other people on the ground to see that these projects get consensus. And I suspect she should come down to Calgary and talk to the people I'm not talking to. They're happy we're in charge.
Now, did you hear what Liberal Veterans Affairs Minister Kent Hehr had to say? He said the new reality in Alberta is refreshing. Yes, the destitution, the layoffs, the insecurity of never knowing where the federal government stands on energy infrastructure projects. Yeah, that's refreshing like iced tea on a hot day. The federal government and the provincial government are both full of people who would sacrifice thousands of Alberta jobs on the altar of the climate change gods. That's so refreshing. Yeah, okay, Kent Hehr, Albertans were so looking forward to the Liberal new way of doing things that they only elected 4 Liberals out of a possible 34 ridings. Is this really what Kent Hehr wants us to believe? And what an insult to Shannon Stubbs, too. She represents a large Alberta riding that encompasses both Bonnyville and Lloydminster, 2 oil patch towns. She knows exactly what the downturn in oil and gas, coupled with a lack of pipeline infrastructure, is doing to the good people in her riding. She doesn't need to go to Kent Hehr's downtown Calgary riding to talk to a bunch of Liberal voters to find out. And if a male Conservative cabinet minister had made such a condescending retort to a female Liberal MP, the social justice warriors would have activated their patriarchy beacons and gone into full freakout mode. Are you like me? Are you getting pretty tired of Liberals telling you that you need to be more cheerful while you watch your friends, your family, and your neighbors get laid off? Are you appalled that a Liberal MP from Calgary, like Kent Hehr, would have become so auto-washed in such a short time to the point where he's saying ridiculous and flippant things just to toe the party line? The Liberals used to complain that Stephen Harper was authoritarian and he didn't let his MPs represent their constituents. Now, Liberals had no real proof of that. It was just typical Liberal speculation. But here we have Kent Hehr knowing full well Albertans are having the worst year in a generation and a half, and he's still towing the party line. He knows those Calgary office towers are emptying out. Now imagine if a Conservative cabinet minister had shrugged off the woes in the auto sector in 2008 and 2009 for sunny ways, refreshing attitudes, and smug platitudes the way Kent Hehr just did. The CBC and the Liberal media would be going full supernova. But it's Alberta that's hurting this time, so it's way different, I guess. It's being ignored by everyone but the rebel in you. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid.